Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a Monday afternoon edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And this afternoon, I am joined once again by my good friend, singer-songwriter, witchy singer-songwriter at that, Livia Pye, from coming to me from the London area. And it is what, 9 o'clock your time?
It is, yes. Good evening.
All right. So, yeah, good evening to everyone over in the UK, and good afternoon to everyone over in my side of the country. So, appreciate everyone tuning in. We're going to have a fun time talking with Olivia this afternoon, getting caught up a little bit and to see what's going on. So, thank you for taking time out this evening to join me, dear.
That's okay. It's always lovely to see you.
Yeah, Olivia and I were talking for a little bit before we went live on the air that yeah, you're actually coming to me. Well, basically, I'm coming to you live from my living room instead of the office, uh, because with the ordeal I've been going through, and but making the best of things, and we're getting back on the air and really having fun with this. So now I know. Let's see, what was it? Was it last year that we talked last, or was it 2 years
Yeah, I
ago?
think it was. I think it was last year. Definitely.
So what
I
has
can't
been
remember when
going
though.
on?
Sorry? Say that again.
What's been going on over in your neck of the woods?
Oh, yeah, best not ask. I think it's just it's just chaos here in the UK, really. It kind of depends on who you're talking to, I suppose. Some people are in total denial about COVID in general. And
Yeah.
some, there's, as you know, there's the same things going on with you guys. It's like, there's that, and then there's the vaccination, and people have all different opinions about it, and I totally understand actually everybody's opinion. I kind of had to go through my own vaccination ordeal last year. I
Hmm.
had a bit of a reaction, not as bad as you, but yeah, I had a slight reaction to the first one, and yeah, it just, I don't know, it's all a bit crazy, and all our rates have gone mad. So I just stay at home, really. I'm not doing anything much at all. I just stay at home and work and try and, keep my head down and hope it all passes.
Yeah, I understand that. That's exactly what I have been doing as well, even though I've spent the majority of my time just trying to recover and get my abilities back so that I can get back to doing what I love.
Mm.
But now, with you being stuck at home now, um, have you come up with any new stuff?
Yeah, well, I don't like to do nothing. I never do nothing with music. There's always there's always so much going on with the business side of things anyway. So to not be
Mhm.
gigging like over the last 2 years, all our shows haven't had any shows, and that's been really weird because for the last, I'd say, 6 or 7 years, I've done nothing but shows, and when you totally focus on that, the rest of it all flies out the window. So for 2 years, I've actually been able to focus on other sides of what I'm doing, which has been fun. And so there's been a silver lining to it. Let's say it's not great, obviously, but it's, it gives you a chance to look at some different things. So I'm the main thing I'm doing right now is writing my second album, because I can't really get out and record it either at the moment. But that was something I needed to do anyway, so I'm just taking the time to
Mhm.
do that.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to get that done. And now, are you also taking advantage of the what a lot of other artists are doing, the online concert thing?
Yeah, I did for a little while. I think in 2020, when the pandemic first started and we were all in lockdown, I did quite a lot of online concerts. Anyway, I did some
Hmm.
lockdown lives, and managed to get my elementals. So I don't know if you know my dance group that I dance with. We
Hmm.
worked out a way that they could all record their different things that they do, so that we could splice it all together and I could sing live, and that worked out pretty well. We did quite a few gigs that way. And then that kind of passed, and I honestly haven't it's a big hassle to set up all the live stuff in the middle of the living room, because you have to bring the PA system and all that. And I don't work with musicians at the moment. It's just backing tracks and my voice, and it was becoming like a big use of a big sort of drain of time actually, when I thought that it would be better if I spent the time working on my new album rather than singing songs that people already knew. So I haven't, for the last year, I haven't rushed to do any live stuff. I've literally just taken a total step back. It's been quite a healing journey for me, actually. Anyway, I've been so stressed for the last decade that I just thought
Yeah.
it's time to take care of myself. I'm taking care of myself better now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and that now I know that this past year, well, actually, past couple of years has been really rough. Okay,
Oh, the familiar.
that was my technical advisor.
Uh-huh. Yes,
He,
I have one of those too.
mhm. So basically, I know that this past couple of years has been really difficult for artists who have been really struggling with not having shows to do, and but at least are able to take the time to write new stuff and prepare new albums. Because right now there are, I have found so many new artists that I've just stumbled across because they're all using social platforms now to put their music out in front of everybody. And I have come across a lot of new stuff that way, especially on Facebook, Instagram. Um, those two platforms primarily, I've come across so many new stuff that it's just blowing my mind right now. And I figured that once were coming to a point where they needed to start getting their music out, that we were going to have a lot of new stuff to listen to.
Mm. Yeah, I think artists have had to really go back to the drawing board about how they do things because of all of this, and you have to work on the online side of it, which is something that I needed to do anyway. So I have been working really hard on that, sorting out my
Hmm.
website, making sure people can find my music online. Yeah, as artists, you have to roll with the punches all the time. You know, you do have to think on your feet anyway. So it's not that different in that sense, but it's obviously a very big new challenge. Um, so yeah, I think there is. I'm discovering a lot. So I actually have time to listen to music now, which I didn't have when we were touring. So that's nice.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. And um, and plus, um, what's really nice about being able to um for musicians to really connect with other people by putting out their music on social platforms, because um, there are so many new artists that I've connected with, uh, who I basically they're trying to do everything all on their own, especially those who are independent, who don't necessarily have a record label, and they're trying to do everything themselves, which I really admire about them.
Mm. You have to like do so much by yourself these days as an artist. It really blows your mind. I mean, I've just been
Yep.
so, that's why I've had to take some time to look after myself, because it's overwhelming. You know, if you think about how, not only have you got to deal with singing and keeping your voice in shape and all your, all those bits, but you've also got to be some kind of social media guru now. You've got to understand all of that. You've got to be a picture editor and a video editor and a website designer. Oh, the things that I've had to learn have really, like, yeah, it's been hard, but I'm glad that I've done it, because I think it, even when we go back to gigging now, I'm still going to focus a lot on
Hmm.
online, because I think you can get your music in front of so many more people that way. Um, so yeah, it's a journey like everything. You just have to plod along and hope for the best.
Right. Now, over in your neck of the woods, from what I've learned over the years, is that there tends to be a lot more live music uh, uh, venues, I should say, that more than what we do have over here right now,
Mm.
which is there are times that it makes me wish that, yeah, I mean, one of these days I am going to travel because I have had so many invites to come over to the London area, and one of these days I'm going to make it happen
Yeah,
because
you
I
should, and
definitely.
especially like pagan events as well, magical and pagan
Hmm.
events. Loads where I am, so like, or at least in the surrounding. You have to leave London for some of those festivals, but it's not
Hmm.
too far. And it's really beautiful countryside and everything. But yeah, we do have a lot more pagan stuff going on here, I think, sort of in terms of live events. So yeah, you should definitely come, and I'll take you to a nice little come for the summer, and we'll go all around, and we'll go and visit some great shows.
Cool. That and I've also wanted to tour the countryside and um, visit some of the old castles and just really take my time to explore because um, I feel that that's basically what I need to really kind of heal.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's, when something like has what has happened to you happens, you have to go back to places that give you a bit of zen, make you feel connected to something bigger again, and you know embrace that. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. I love going to castles. We have a lot of those here, a lot of castles. We are the motherland for paganism, so
That's true. From what I've been reading and hearing about, is that there are several areas that are basically going back to the old ways,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
which is something that really hits home to me
Well, because
because that's
the new ways isn't working, is it? All the new ways are awful.
no,
The world is on fire. So let's all go back to the old ways.
yeah, I definitely agree there. Okay, so basically now, uh, I know that I have shared your music with a lot of people over here, and people really enjoy it. Um, and I really encourage people to go watch your videos that you've got on Facebook and your website as well. Because I love the videos that you've got.
Thank you.
uh, they are so well done, and it's like. Um, it's something that I really have encouraged people to really take the time to watch. Now, um, with your music that you're gonna now, I know that you're in the middle of writing. So when do you plan to have that new album coming out?
Oh well, yeah. I hope by the end of this year, or probably more likely the spring of next year, because I think even though I'm writing, to get into the studio right now is pretty difficult still,
Hmm.
and it takes
Right.
money as well. So I have to save up for everything that I do. I'm probably going to have to do a crowdfund to finish it, to be honest, because I'm very
Hmm.
lucky. I work with some amazing producers that are quite big actually in the industry, and they work with me because they believe in what I'm doing. But they are quite expensive, and they still give me
Hmm.
like a really down rate because they like what I do, but it costs money. People don't realize
Right.
that recording music to a good standard. Yeah, lots of people do stuff at home now, and that's great. But to be a real mixer, like to use that stuff properly, you've got to know what you're doing. And I'm not even
Right.
in the vicinity of being that advanced. Um, so I choose to work with, because I one thing I never compromise on is the quality of the music, and I work with these fantastic producers. I have four of them actually that all do slightly different types of music, and yeah, we have a great time in the studio. But it costs money, it does, and if you want anything
Right.
quality, it costs money. So I think these days a lot of artists are starting to crowdfund. So that is something that I'm looking at, because I think there'll be some fun rewards that I can offer my followers to take part in that. and hopefully it will be something that everybody feels like they are part of as well. So yeah, that's something I'm having to get my head around as well, which is a new thing to try and think about.
Hmm.
As well as, it's great you mentioned my videos. Actually, thank you very much. Most of those videos, I actually sort of had a hand in directing or producing myself. Because me and my team have had to really learn, like I say, how to video edit as well. So we're there with our Adobe stuff, trying to work out how to do it all. And that's a skill had I've had to learn, which I never thought I would have to. But it is fun. It's very time consuming, but it is fun. So yeah, it's all hands on deck all the time.
I believe that. So now, okay, as an artist, I want to get your opinion on this. Now, over in your area, do people prefer having digital music, or are they still wanting physical CDs and whatnot?
I find a lot of people like physical CDs still. Um, I've been selling CDs at my gigs, and people like that
I
still.
know. I'll just say because
Oh,
over here, over here, a lot of people have been preferring being able to get digital copies of everything and being able to download digital stuff. But the only drawback to that, the only bad part I'm seeing is that artists are not making as much off of the digital downloads as they would selling their
mm.
CDs.
Well, yeah, especially because people don't really download stuff anymore either. It's largely streaming, and streaming has
Hmm.
very little. Like, you get very little from a stream. It's rubbish, actually. It's very bad. Don't get me started on that. But yeah, this is the thing. You have to start. You have to really box now, make money from your music. But I've been learning from some incredible artists, actually. I don't know if you're familiar with an artist called Leah. Um, she's quite uh,
Let's,
magical
I believe
fantasy.
so.
Come across her?
Yep, I have come across her
Yeah,
music.
she
Yes.
she runs some courses to help. Yeah, no, I only found out about her about a year and a half ago, actually. So, like, musically, she's not an influence per se, but I do like her music. But she's really interesting in how she talks about what artists can do to sell their music online and how you can still make money, because she never
Hmm.
tours because she has a family. So that was really interesting to me, and I started learning from her just before the pandemic hit, actually. And I was like, oh, okay, so
Cool.
I might be all right. All right, the gigs have gone, but um, there are some different. I was very fortunate to stumble into that, and that's really changed my view on what musicians can do online. So yeah, I've been learning a lot,
Hmm.
learning a lot.
So I say, I know that Leah tends to be a little bit more on the heavier side on the music, but I do enjoy what she has released. I've listened to several of her soundtracks, and I do. I have not, even though I have not heard from her in a while, but I do enjoy her music. Now, especially
Yeah,
for
she's taking a
me.
break to work on her.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't doubt that she's probably taking a break. But as far as me personally, yeah, I'm more along the lines of I would definitely want to have a physical CD so that I can help promote that CD for artists. And even though a lot of the other music that I use, yeah, I do digital downloads, but when it comes to all of our musicians in the pagan community, I prefer having CDs because as a media spokesperson for the community, I want to be able to help promote those CDs because I want our artists to be able to afford to keep doing what they love doing and been able to keep putting out CDs.
Yeah.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. You can definitely still sell CD. Do it's just sorry, gone.
Oh, that's okay. I think you had froze up just a brief second there, but yeah, it's something that it's just a personal preference, and I know it's a personal preference for all of us who are doing internet radio for the pagan community. That we love having those CDs and receiving those from the artists.
Yeah, yeah. It's I do as well. I still like to have CDs. So
I even received one from a group from Russia, and which I took a listen to the fact. Let's see, where is that? Oh, they're called Imperial Age, and if you ever run across them, have a chance to listen to their music, they
yep,
are
heard of them.
fantastic. They are absolutely fantastic. When I received it and took a look at where it
Yeah,
came from Mother Russia. I'm like, oh. It's like, okay, I'm on a watch list now. But they are fantastic. They're good folks, and um, somebody else that I'm not sure if you've come across yet or not, but the group is called Green Rose Fair out of Finland.
yes,
So if you,
yes.
I
I
don't
have.
know if you've come across them yet or not, but I know that a lot of groups tend to collaborate, especially when they're at festivals. That everybody tends to get together and really play together. And I'm really hoping that everybody can get back to that.
Yeah, me too. It would be nice. At the moment, it just seems like who knows.
Yeah, I know that. Let's see. Do you have a title yet for this new album?
Yes, I'm going to call it Warrior of Light.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, Now, is it going to be
Did that
along the
did that
same?
come through?
Yeah, I did. Yep. Um, is it going to be along the same style of music that you've been writing here over as of late, or is this going to be something totally new?
It's still going to be like magical and witchy, but it is a bit heavier. Actually, funny you should say about Leah's stuff, but Leah and I are influenced by a lot of the same bands. I used to work with metal bands about 10 years ago, and I have always enjoyed female-fronted heavy metal. To bring elements of that into what I now, it's not going to be heavy, but it's heavier. um, there's a bit more rock in it. So yeah.
Hmm, nice. Now, are you going to be getting on the same bandwagon that Wendy has done so far, and now Tuatha Dea is also getting on the same bandwagon and creating a vinyl album?
I haven't done that yet. I haven't thought about that yet. I have thought. No, that's not true. I have thought about it. I just haven't done anything about it yet. I'd love to do a vinyl of, particularly of Journey of an Empath, the album that's already out. People have asked for it actually. I think maybe it's something I'll offer as part of the crowd fund. It'll be a nice little reward people can purchase. Yeah. So that's probably that's what I'm actually working on the most right now is putting my merchandise shop online, and we'll have all kinds of different formats of music and t-shirts and band promo and things like that. So yeah, that's very much what I'm working on at the moment. So that's interesting you say vinyl, because vinyl should be in there for sure.
Well, seeing as how vinyl is definitely making a comeback, and when Tuatha Dea just announced here just a short time ago that they too were putting out a vinyl album, I made the comment that it's about time I get to use my turntable again. Uh,
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
yep. Okay, now.
Yeah, I'm hoping once,
Oh, we've got just a little bit of a delay today, but go ahead. Go ahead and go ahead and comment.
yeah. No, I was just going to say, I'm hoping a lot of things will fall into place soon in terms of, shops and getting back. We have got some shows lined up next, like this year, so we'll see if they
Mhm.
happen. But who knows? Again.
Now, you've also in your area. There's also a lot more of the like the witchy and metaphysical shops, and I mean, have you ever just done acoustical sets at any of those small shops?
Yes, yes. There's a local Wiccan shop called Wicca Moon that's about 10 minutes away from my house, and we did like for them and for the they had. It's a very small shop, so it was kind of difficult to bring my big act with all its dancers and all the props and everything, and we did manage it. It was really funny though, because it was such a small shop that one of my dancers was wearing like a hairpiece, and she got too close to a wind chime, and her hairpiece got stuck to the wind chime. So
Oh,
she was trying to do her solo, and with her hair kind of dangling off this wind chime. It was epic. It was very funny.
at first, I thought you were going to say she got
So
tangled up in
yes,
a
we have
ceiling fan.
we have performed in many different places.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was it was interesting.
And actually, I think I've actually heard of that store because back a few years ago, um, I got in contact with one of the shops over there, and I actually wound up purchasing like three or four of the local pagan and witch magazines that are published over there. And they I purchased them directly through the store. They sent me a big packet of the magazines and a couple of other flyer pamphlets and everything else that are going on over there. Um, that was back a few years ago. So um, I think it was them. It may have been one of the other ones, but I've definitely heard of it.
Yeah, it's a really good shop. I know the lady who runs it very well, and yeah, she does weddings and all sorts of events as well. She did my hand casting. Yeah, you become good friends with people in this. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Having connections in this community and being able to um, kind of share business together uh, always makes for really good relationships, um, especially when it comes to musicians and shop owners and um, festival coordinators. Is all the musicians I've ever talked to, the singer songwriters, everybody over the past several years have been doing this, uh, they say that when they can all come together and play together, it's just like going home to a big family.
Mm. Yeah, I have obviously I have my band, my dancers, and I haven't seen them now for nearly 2 years because we haven't been able to get together. We keep in touch online. I know when we see each other, we're going to, burst into tears probably. But yeah, I have musician friends from the past that I used to play with as well. And whenever you do get together, it's like no time has passed. Actually, you pick up your music instruments and stuff, you're back in the zone. And I do miss that. I miss having musicians that I used to play, a lot with. But everybody has sort of goes off into their own lives. But yeah, as soon as you get back together and you start playing music, it's a very connecting thing. So
Hmm. Now, have you created like your own small studio there at your home? Because I know that a lot of artists have had to really create their own studio space there at home to even work on music and uh, maybe even do some live video sessions from home.
yeah, I had to set up. Actually, what you see behind me is my sort of interview space that I've had to set up for the interviews that I've been doing. I have a little studio space upstairs. I have some backdrops for photos and video. Yeah, you just have to try and make the best of what you can. It's a
Hmm.
really weird time, but I choose to look at it as a really good thing because I think it really helps you to diversify as an artist. Um, and I find it really fun to create photo shoots and video shoots and things. That's really, yeah, that's kind of my jam. I enjoy it. So
Cool. So now, what is your outlook over the next, oh, say, 3 to 5 years?
oh god. Oh, well, I'm not very good at forward planning, really. I like the goddess just speaks to me through like signs and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, doing that now, fine. Um, I'm very instinct led, but I am trying to plan a lot more now. I think the next few years for me are going to look a little bit strange. I've been getting vibes that what I thought was going to happen is going to look a bit different. I think it's all going to be
Hmm.
good. I think it's all going to be good for the music. I think it's going to be a bit of a mind stress, but I think it's going to be good for the music. And I would like to think that we'll be finishing the album and getting my shop up and running, um, and then I hope that maybe I'll be back on the road touring a bit with maybe some musicians as well. And yeah, I mean, personally for me, I also want to start thinking about family. So
Hmm.
I'm a little bit torn at the moment in terms of what I need to focus on. Because I can't really leave that for too much longer. But yeah, certainly, musically, the second album is my entire life now.
Now, with your shop that you're developing, um, are you coming out with a line of merchandise that people can purchase?
Yes, it's called the liviashop.com. It's not open yet. It will be open at Ostera in March. But you can sign up to my mailing list. If you go to the liviashop.com, you can sign up to get an update of when it's open.
Okay.
And you also get some free songs for signing up to my mailing list. Definitely worth, and you'll get all the latest news of what I'm doing. I'm pretty regular with writing to my mailing list about what's going on. So definitely, if you're interested, please sign up and join my magic circle.
I will definitely be relaying all this information to a lot of people. Your information is going to get shared on the business page and the group for Iowa Pagan News, as well as Prairie Land Radio Network. And I'm also trying to get everybody's information out on the website for iapnradio.net. So I'm steadily working at getting videos put up, getting everybody's websites put up and their merchandise so that people can really have another way to access all of that good stuff. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, there we are. I think our connection is a
Sorry,
little.
thank you. A bit of that. We disappeared a bit.
Mhm. Our connection is a little bit wonky today for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, you want to tell people, well, before we get, before our connection gets any worse, let's see, you want to tell people how they can go about finding you and finding your music and, yeah, where they'll be able to, well, I know that you said the store is going to be available come Ostara in March, but, yeah, if there's anything that you want to put out there for people, um, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the best place to check out music at the moment is YouTube. So youtube.com/Livia Music is you will find all my videos and my liviamusic.com, and that's somewhere you can main list, and you can also get links to all the streaming platforms from there. So Spotify and Apple and Deezer and
Mhm.
anywhere that you listen to your music, the best thing to do is go to liviamusic.com, and yeah, and you'll find all the links to everything there. Um, and yeah, come join me, come say hi, and hope you enjoy it.
All right. Definitely check out liviamusic.com. You're going to find a lot of good stuff there on her website. And I'm really hoping that things are going to start improving over in your neck of the woods so that you can get back to what you enjoy doing, getting out and performing and uh, being able to reconnect with others.
Yes, I hope so too. I'm a bit of a lonely pagan at the moment.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that completely. All right, folks, we have been talking and getting caught up with Olivia. It's always good to be able to spend time with you, dear, getting caught up and finding out what you've got going on over there. And um, basically, we're definitely going to be keeping in touch. And I look forward to um, hearing the new CD for next year. And then I'll definitely be taking a look at your merchandise store, Como Stara, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here, and I really wish you all the best as well, Earl. You know, many blessings to you on your journey.
Thank you for that. You've been listening to another edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And as always, if you have questions, you can email me directly at earl@iapnradio.net. Otherwise, you can contact me at Iowa Pagan News at Gmail. And be sure to check out the business page on Facebook as well as the group if you have not joined. Please do so. And then check out Livia's page, liviamusic.com, and be sure to keep in touch with her. Pleasant journeys, everyone. For those of you who are here in the States, stay warm because I know this cold front is going to be playing havoc on everybody. And keep yourself safe, keep everybody safe around you. Pleasant journeys. Have a good afternoon. We will see you soon. We're done for the day, and
Bye.
I'll be back again later on this afternoon for another edition of Iowa Pagan News.